How many laps can you do on an electric dirt bike before it runs out of battery? And how many laps can you do on a regular 4-stroke until it runs out of fuel? Today, we're finding out the answer. In this video, I'm going to ride both of these machines until they die. Have I bitten off more than I can chew? Let's find out. Wish me luck. This video has been sponsored by Insta360. I'll tell you more about the Ace Pro 2 later in the video. So this is going to be the ultimate endurance challenge for me today. We've had this Stark Varg Alpha 1.2 for a couple of weeks now, but we've not ridden it for more than 3 or 4 laps at a time. But today that changes. I want to know exactly how long I can ride this thing for when it's had a full charge. So today we've come to the track and I'm going to ride this thing until it runs out of battery, and we're going to see how many laps I can do. But to give us some context, I think it's only fair that we see how long a full tank of fuel lasts in my 450 as well. So I'm going to be putting in a shift on board the Ducati to see how many laps I can do with a full tank of gas. Oh yeah, and it might not look like it quite yet, but it's due to be one of the hottest days of the year. So what a perfect way to get me back into riding shape after a long winter off-season. So, if the Stark can't last a full moto, that's a big problem for electric racing. And if the Ducati outlasts me, well, that's just embarrassing, isn't it? Okay, so I'm hitting the track first on the Stark Varg. I charged it up to full yesterday. As you can see, 97% battery at the moment, so it is what it is. Power wise, I'm going to set it to be the same as the Ducati 450, which is about 54, 55, so save that. 54 horsepower, we've got pretty much 100% battery, 97%, so you can see 54 horsepower there, 97% battery, we are good to go. 10 past 10 on my clock over there. Before I go, I want you guys to guess in the comments down below, how long do you think this will last? And Phil, how long is it going to last?
32 minutes.
32 minutes. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Also got a stopwatch down here, so I will keep an eye on that. Let's go. Stopwatch on. See you in maybe half an hour. So, here we go then, the great experiment! I think this is going to be a fun day, you know? As you can see, the conditions at the track today, dry and hard pack. So that is really going to give the Stark a fair shot, you know? It's not very power sapping out here today, I would say. So that's nice friendly conditions for the old wolf here. Yeah, it's my first real ride out in the new season, so what a baptism of fire for me. Spinning some proper motos, running my bikes until they die. You could probably make the battery on this last longer if you ran it in a lower power setting, I should think. But to be a fair test against the Ducati, I thought it makes more sense to run it at a similar power motor, run it at 54. Whoa, went for the back brake there, and it doesn't exist down by my foot. So it'll be interesting to see if this thing can last a full moto, full length moto at a higher power level. That's one lap in. And have a look, and we're at 91%, so we've dropped almost, we've dropped 6% in one lap. Now I'm not riding at full race pace, I would say, but I'm going to try and ride both bikes to a similar degree, similar intensity. Whoa. But it'll be interesting to see when I start feeling like I'm losing power, like when it goes into limp mode. It'll be interesting to see that. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I'm still not used to having no back brake. Oh, that's untrue. I have a back brake, it's just up on my left hand. So that's 4 minutes. Oh, we're down to 87%. Range anxiety is definitely a thing on the Stark. Right, so that's 2 laps complete. I'm going to try and keep track of the laps in my head. It'll be funny to see how right or wrong I am after a full session. I've got the crossbox on my head, it will be counting the laps and record my times as well. So just more data for us to look at. Oh. It's not a very tiring bike to ride. There's a lot less to do, isn't there? No gears, no clutch. I'm still hunting for that back brake. 6 minutes in, 82%. Right, this is where I've got to start losing count, because I think that's lap 3. What's my name, Sean? Losing count of the laps.
My plan is to give you guys a battery status update every 5 minutes through the moto. Let's see how quickly the percentage bar drops.
But I'm trying to ride and conserve energy a little bit, because I actually don't know how many minutes I've got in my own fuel tank. To be honest, the bike might outlast me. Don't want that arm pump to creep in, do I? Right, 10 minutes. 10 minutes in, 74%. Power still feels the same. When is it going to start cutting down on power, going into limp mode, trying to serve itself? I felt like it was going down so quick to start with, but now as the laps drag on, it doesn't feel like it's dropping so rapidly. It's because I'm running out of energy as well. Every lap through is a bit longer for me, I reckon. %, nice. Right, 15 minutes, 63%. What do you think? Is that performing as you would expect? Is it going better, or is it worse than you thought? I've completely lost track of how many laps I'm on. 6 or 7, I forgot about that. I was too busy focusing on the ride. I thought that might happen, which is why I put the crossbox on, to be honest. So the crossbox counted my laps, hopefully. Feels like a game. Motocross feels like a game on this thing, I think. A bit like a toy, you know, because there's not a lot going on other than just concentrating on the throttle and the brakes and hitting your lines. And it sounds like a Scale Electrics as well.
As the session goes on, I'm talking less on board the bike and I'm focusing more on the ride. These next few laps here are where my fastest laps of the session come from. We'll break these down a little later on and compare them to the Ducati lap times using the crossbox data. To make these laps feel a little more action-packed though, I did need to use some more intense music.
totally lost track on the amount of laps I've done now. Maybe 10? Is it 10 now? I don't know. Right, 20 minutes in, 50%. Woo, that's surprising me, man. Are we going to hit a 40-minute moto on a Stark Varg? You'd say it's possible. At the moment, halfway to 40 minutes, halfway on the battery. Let's see if it starts dropping rapidly. I've just noticed there that there's a clock on the Stark, and I've got my own stopwatch down there. They are different. Stark says 26 minutes, my stopwatch says 24. That's because I'm guessing the Stark timer started as soon as I turned the bike on, whereas I only started mine when I rode onto track. So I'm going to use mine because you're going to have your bike turned on the start line and stuff, aren't you? 25 minutes, 38%. Is it going down faster? Power still feels the same. When is it going to start going into limp mode? I actually don't know. Tell you what, it's going to feel bloody weird coming out here on the Ducati after this motor, that's for sure. I'm just getting used to that back brake.
I feel like I'm getting into a good flow on track now, and the bike is actually beginning to surprise us. I reckon there's plenty of time left on track in this session, which gives me time to tell you about our sponsors.
You'll have noticed here that I've got quite a few onboard cameras. Got the Insta360 X5 on the bars here, the 360 angle, and I've got two Ace Pro 2s, one on my head, one on the chest. We love these cameras, and Insta360 are actually a sponsor of the channel, so we have to say a big thank you to those guys for supporting what we do. The Ace Pro 2s are awesome action cameras. They actually have a replaceable lens guard, so you can change that if you need to, if you get roosted bad in a race. I've also got a wind guard over the microphone, so your audio is nice and clear when you're riding on track. Not that there's much audio to hear on board an electric bike. I also run the Ace Pro 2 on my head with the mic adapter, so I can plug a microphone into it, and that leads into my helmet here. The Insta cameras also use flow state stabilization, so the footage is silky smooth and awesome to watch. Seriously, great cameras that we genuinely love, and we love them even more because it's a 360 supporting the channel. So if you're wanting to capture some footage just like the stuff you're watching right now, be sure to head over to the Insta360 website. We've got our affiliate link in the description down below. We've always got some good deals going on, and sometimes you can get free gift as well if you use our affiliate link. I've linked that below, so yeah, check it out if you're interested. Yeah, 30 minutes, 22%. So we're coming out of crunch time now. 21%. So dropping faster than before. Feels like it might be. Still not into limp mode yet though. Phil said 32 minutes. And I think we're going to beat that. What did you guys say? Have we beaten what you've predicted already? 20%. Oh, it's gone. It's turned amber. Does that mean we're going to start dropping power? Or is it just letting me know to finish up my moto? We're riding you till you die, Sonny Jim. We're in the last push now. 18%. I hope it doesn't cut out over a jump. That wouldn't be very nice, would it? 16%. Yeah, we're dropping it quick now. Power still feels okay though. Oh, there's a little tortoise on my screen there. Does that mean we're going into limp mode? It's just disappeared, but let's see if it comes on when I open up the gas. Yeah, it's restricting me now. It's restricting me, that's for sure. So that 15% limp mode has come in. I can still ride it pretty fast, so it doesn't feel like I'm being held back too much, or at all, to be honest. Right, so I'm going to leave you in suspense now for these final few moments. We're at 34 minutes, 13%. How much further can I stretch that? You're going to be in the dark from here on out until I finish this moto. Oh, sugar. Forgot where I was on track there, didn't I?
This is the final push on the start now. How far can I stretch the final 10%? How many more laps can I do? And will they be at full speed?
Oh, it's red, it's turned red. 10%. It's definitely holding me back now. It's not giving me everything. 7%. 6%. Tortoise mode's not holding me back too far, to be fair. 5%. Oh, it's definitely not as fast on the acceleration out of those turns, that's for sure. Oh yeah. So slow now, can feel it at 4%. It's struggling now, 3%. She's very lethargic now. Oh, 2%. We're gonna make another lap. Am I gonna make another lap? Sod's law, it's gonna run out at the furthest point away from Phil, isn't it? The tortoise is permanently on now. Oh yeah, not even fast enough to do these jumps really. Come on, 1%. It doesn't want to go anywhere. Come on, that's flat out now. Full whack. Oh, it's coming to an end. The great experiment is coming to an end. How long have we done? That is full whack on the throttle right there. It says 0%, but we're still rolling. We're nursing our own now at 0%. It's really struggling. Oh no, 0% has lasted a while though. See if I can try and get it back to the paddock. That's 0%. That's full gas! Their definition of 0 is different to mine, because I'm still rolling absolutely flat out on the throttle. Look at that. Let's try and roll it back to the pits. Oh, this is almost completing one final lap. The finish line is just there, or I'm going to have to use it across the line. Let's see if we can do it. Really hope it runs out soon, because I don't want to try and start another lap and have to push it all the way back. That's exactly where I didn't want it to die. We've died! Okay, I completely lost count of the laps. No idea how many I did. Thankfully we had the crossbox going so that we were able to tell me. 0% there, really crawled it across the line to complete one final lap. And the results are in. 43 minutes and 33 seconds. What have we learned from that? Well, in hard pack conditions, that's definitely long enough to do a club race. In hard pack conditions, that's long enough to do almost long enough to do a full GP in the 1980s. So you could do a full GP today in these sorts of conditions. Felt like I rode it pretty hard the whole time. Is that fair to say? I think in loamier conditions it would be way different. Went into limp mode at 15%. I could start feeling the power drop in. And then like the last 10% you just saw it get slower and slower and slower. But initially when it went into limp mode, I didn't notice much difference on this kind of track where there's a lot of roll speed. But maybe on a loamier track, when it goes into limp mode, it'll you'll really feel it. But I'm surprised, you're surprised, more than 10 minutes than what you said. I'm sure a lot of viewers might be surprised at that. Right, now I'm going to have a rest, make sure the Ducati is fueled up and brimmed, and then we'll hit the track again. So I've just fueled up the Desmo using the 24MX fuel jug. You can see she's absolutely brimmed. So we're ready to go for the second moto today. But before that, I just want to say a big thank you to 24MX for supporting what we do. You can check them out for all of your paddock essentials, whether that's fuel jugs, chairs, bike stands, loading ramps or tie downs. They've got you covered and they've always got great deals going on. So be sure to check them out. I've left a link in the description down below.
Get 15% off ProWorks products right now using our code.
Okay, so it's Desmo time. It's time to hit the track on board the Ducati Desmo 450. I'm going to use the map mode that I like. I'm going to use traction control because it's got it. I like it. Why shouldn't I use it? I don't think any of us came in today thinking that the Stark would beat this in a endurance competition. The question is, how much difference will there be? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Bear in mind that the Stark did surprise us out there in that last moto. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let's get the beast fired into life. Let's see how many laps I can do on the Ducati Desmo 450. Okay, so 12:15 on the clock there. Stopwatch on. Didn't do that on the start, did I? Oh, this feels very weird. So we are off. As we know, the time to beat is 43 minutes. That's how long we did on the Stark. Lap count, 22 laps. So that's how many laps I've got to do on the Ducati here today to win the war, win the endurance war, which I do think it will be capable of in these nice hard pack conditions. But will I be capable of doing more than 22 laps on the beefy Desmo 450? That's what we've got to see today. It might be a painful ride this after a while. Okay, so that's that one in the books. 21 to go. Oh man, wish me luck. Not done this amount of riding in a long time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ride this thing hopefully for 43 minutes. Should still be going after that, I think. Then I'll make a quick pit stop with Phil there just to check my camera batteries and to have a look inside that fuel tank. I'll I've got no gauge obviously to tell me how much fuel I've got left, so we'll have a little look, give us an idea of how much we've used, and then I'll get cracking. Right, so that's 2 laps complete, isn't it? Again, I'll try and keep track. Right, I completely lost count last time after an embarrassingly short amount of time. It'll also be interesting to compare my lap times as well on the 2 machines, how they differ as in the early stages when I'm feeling fresh, and then later on when I'm getting a bit more tired. 5 minutes into the moto now, and I think we've got a little while to go yet. Already I'm thinking I'm going to have to ride this to conserve energy a bit more, you know. I think it's definitely going to be more tiring riding this bike compared to the Stark. It's just more for me to do, isn't there? Oh no! Definitely didn't do that on the Stark, did I? That'll use some energy. Only 8 minutes in and I'm already making mistakes.
So as well as my little mistake there was also another small problem with my bar pad and the stopwatch, which meant I had to make a quick pit stop.
Right, I had to make a quick pit stop there. I noticed that my bar pad was turning off my stopwatch every time I move the bars a bit too fast, so I've just taken that off. I think this is going to be a long afternoon. And once again, I've completely lost track of how many laps I've done. Probably 5 or 6 at this point, is it? Now 15 minutes in. Obviously still going strong. But I feel like I am probably riding a bit more reserved on this thing than I was on the Stark. You can feel all the fatigue sneaking in earlier on this. It's a much more of a beast to tame. So I'd be interested to look at the lap times. If I had to guess right now, I'd probably go faster on the Stark.
I was very wrong in that assessment. My fastest laps of the entire day are coming up next on laps 11 and 12. I will reveal how much faster they were and the rest of the data a little later in the video. It's also safe to say that the music is a lot less important for this action segment as well.
Oh man, this thing's fast. Okay, so 20 minutes in. I have no idea how much fuel I've got left, obviously, which is quite disconcerting, not knowing how long I'm going to go for. Just adding to me riding a bit more conservative. I'm trying to use less energy because I think I've got a while to go yet. That gives me plenty of time to tell you guys about our awesome channel sponsors, Stark Motorcycle Oils. They've got you covered for all your motorcycle lubricants, cleaning products, oils and more. Use line have products, make sure our bikes look shiny and new after we're done riding, so be sure to check them out. Head over to the website, which I've linked down below. We've got a tool on the website where you just type your bike model into their search bar and they'll bring up all the products they recommend that you need for your ride. As always, a big thank you guys to Police Line for supporting what we do. Check them out next time you need to restock on essentials.
So we've done more than 30 laps so far today combined, and I was beginning to ride on autopilot, hitting the same lines lap after lap.
25 minutes. Yeah, well, I'm starting to get worried that it's going to be me not going to be able to make it to the end rather than the machine this time. But what will give up first? Me or the machine? Okay, we're over half an hour into it now, and that felt like a lot longer of a 30 minutes than Moto 1 this morning. Talking has gone to the wayside really. So I'm just focusing on this ride.
So we're closing in on that target that I set on the Stark, and I'm still keeping up a decent pace.
35 minutes on the clock now. More than an hour of riding today under my belt, which is one hell of a way to get back into riding shape after a long winter. Thankfully, it's not been as sunny as warm as they said it was going to be today, which is safely.
The riding was starting to take its toll. It's feeling like a long time in the saddle now, and my body is feeling it.
Okay, so we just crossed the 40-minute mark. The win in the competition against the Stark is in sight now. 3 more minutes, 4 more minutes let's say, and we've beaten the Stark. But how much longer will the Ducati go? That remains to be seen. How much longer can I go? That's what I'm really worried about. Oh, here we go. 42 minutes. 50 seconds now. By the time I complete this lap, we would have beaten the Stark. Done about roughly 22 laps, I should think. I've lost completely lost count on the laps.
So I've actually been able to squeeze a couple more laps in the same amount of time because my lap times were way quicker. A 1:48.15 on lap 12 was my fastest, way faster than the best lap on the Stark. And actually 18 of these 25 laps in this session were faster than my fastest lap time on the Stark Varg. Which is interesting because I did feel good on the electric bike.
Okay, I'll pause that. So that's 44 and a half minutes clocked. Obviously we've got no fuel gauge, so we've got no idea what we're looking at. So let's have a quick pit stop, check the fuel tank, and we'll carry on.
It's using
It's used quite a bit.
yeah, probably just under half.
So quite a bit more to go. Ducati has won the test, but by how much remains to be seen. Can I outlast the bike, or will it outlast me? We're going to find out in the second leg of Moto 2. Kind of loosen up a bit again now. Just stop for a couple of seconds there. Seized up a little bit. So let's get back into the flow. And for the hardest part of the day, the sun's starting to poke out and the temperatures are rising. Wonderful! Might be a sweaty mess after this then.
After 48 laps at this point, I feel like I could ride around this track with my eyes shut.
So I said after that last fuel check that I'd do another 20 minutes and then I'd stop again and do a fuel check. So still got another 10 minutes to go then before the next fuel stop, fuel check.
We are 31 laps into this moto and I'm really starting to get tired now. The pace is slowing down a bit and I'm looking down at the stopwatch more and more. I think we're starting to get into the final push on the Ducati.
So I'm absolutely hanging now, but whenever you see the camera you've got to give it the beans, don't you? That's 1 hour on the Ducati. Oh my god, the longest moto of my life by a bloody long shot. 5 more minutes to the next fuel check. How much longer is this going to go on for? Jesus. Oh.
As I continue to click off the laps, my body is feeling the strain. My knees are knackered, my neck is aching. We've got a fuel check incoming, so we might get an idea how much longer this could go on for.
Well, that's an hour and 5. Alright, so a fuel check with Phil. Where is he? Let's do a fuel check. So that's an hour and 5 minutes on the clock. 20 minutes since the last fuel check, so let's have a look. There's still some stuff sloshing about in there, but it's getting low.
Yeah, getting low.
There's still some fuel left after an hour and 6 minutes. I've still got a bit left in my tank, so I'm going to keep going. Let's see how long this will last for. Let's see if I can beat the Ducati, or is it going to beat me? God, stopping like that really takes you out of the flow. Let's get back into it. Yeah. What do you reckon, guys? So what's gonna win? Me or the Ducati? Will it outlast me, or can I outlast it? Woo!
The pace has properly dropped off now. We'll find out just how much slower I'm going in these later stages of the moto when we download the Crossbox data a little later in the video.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I've come straight off the couch after a long winter, straight into these extreme motos, and I've been pretty happy with my performance so far. I was quickly running out of energy, but I was determined to try and make it to the end. We are 40 laps into this moto now. That's over 60 laps combined. But when will it end? My energy levels are dropping rapidly now. I'm not sure how much longer I can do. But I did set myself a goal after that first fuel stop to try and double the amount of laps that I did on the Stark. We're clicking off another one now. We're on to lap 41. How much longer will this go on? How many more laps can we complete? We're getting into the end game now.
The mission continues. An hour and 15-minute moto. It's really starting to run low on fuel now. It's hard to say what it is percentage-wise. We've got to be getting into the lower percentage now of fuel capacity, because I am definitely low on my own fuel capacity. Stamina wise, that's for sure. Woo! I need to get back in the flow. It's easier when you're in the flow.
Fatigue has fully set in at this point, but I am still able to do all of the jumps. The pace isn't terrible, but my riding has just lost all of its intensity.
One hour and 20 minutes on the Ducati so far.
I have absolutely zero energy left now. But we must be using the last few drops of fuel. How many more minutes can we do? How many more laps can we complete? When will the bike start showing signs that it's running out of fuel? This truly is the final push.
Oh yeah, she's running out of fuel. That's me done. That is it. Oh, we did it. Oh, I can't believe we actually did it. We did it! Oh, I didn't think in a million years I'd be able to outlast the Ducati. And I just about managed it. Final count. 1 hour, 23 minutes and 52 seconds. From absolutely brimmed to completely out of gas. The only time I felt that I was going to run out of fuel was 2 corners before it actually conked out. It misfired a little bit. I thought, oh, this is it. Crossed the finish line. Got 50 minutes down the track and it's done. Oh man, what have we learned? What have we learned? Well, the Stark lasted longer than we thought it would, and the Ducati lasted longer than I wanted it to. Oh, what a test. We'll download some lap times and have a look at that. So I've just had a look at some cross-box data as well from the laps. I said on the camera I thought I was probably faster from the start, but I was wrong. But I'm done in, man. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. It was a fun one to make. Give me some suggestions of other tests like this you want to see. Maybe not where I have to ride an hour and a half though. That was a long ass day, but it was fun. As always guys, you've been watching 999 Laser. Did the bike surprise you? Let me know in the comments down below. But until next time, my name's Max. I'll see you at the track.